Hey, yo, Black.
What it is, man.
It's happening, bro. We was living the dream, man. Bama was down in the rankings, outside looking in. Cowboys has come off a loss against Green Bay.
It
Two
was perfect.
over the top fan bases being humbled.
It was
And
perfect.
then this weekend happens. Now Alabama has a little pulse.
Ugh.
And the Cowboys riding high going into their Thanksgiving game.
Listen, it was all good just a week ago. What happened? What happened?
Yo, that is the question I'm asking, and hopefully, in this therapy session of episode 8 of Prove Me Wrong, we could probably try and figure it out. But without further ado, you know what? I forgot to add the video. I have the video, but I didn't add it in here. It's cool.
That's all good.
I'll get it in post.
It's all good.
Oh man. But yeah, man, I was up in Baltimore for the Carolina game and saw Baker Mayfield in person, and he's just as trash as, if not more trash,
now,
in person.
Question for you, since you were there live.
Yes.
How heartbroken were you live during this game? Because the defense played a really good game.
It's what I expected, about what I expected. Because I've been following them all season. The defense plays its heart out, and then a couple mistakes on the offense, and because Baltimore scored like 10 points in like 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Like it was a close game, and bro, we just can't move the ball, man. We just can't.
And it's not like you didn't have chances. You had chances to move the ball.
We did.
There were plenty of opportunities to move the ball.
Yep. But the only thing I'm upset about is every game I've been to as a Carolina fan, we have been this stupid underdog. Like it's been, why did you come to this game? You're not going to win. I'm just like, I'm just here to watch. And then we win. And then I'm just talking all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like I might, they were keeping us in. And I was just like, oh shit, they keep it close. We fuck around and some magic shit happens, but I'm going to be the most ignorant person in this whole stadium. But it didn't work out. Anyways,
hey, you win some, you lose some.
There it is. Now, for real this time. Without further ado, let's get into it. Prove Me Wrong, episode 8. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, yo, that's the wrong video, man. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Oh, live streaming, guys.
It's all good. It's all good. We was all busy just running in here trying to add some shit. It's whatever. But let's just go ahead and get into it, man. College football this weekend.
Yep.
Tennessee had one fucking job, my guy.
One job.
And
one job.
I was just like, this has to be a win for them. South Carolina has not been doing shit all season. But I don't know. Spencer Rattler was just like, I'm that dude today.
Yeah, today
I'm named after a fucking snake, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm named after a snake. I was like a number 1 ranked QB. I was highly sought after. And I was at Oklahoma and couldn't do nothing. People slept on me. I'm a cut up over here. And he didn't until Saturday. I was looking at that score. I'm just like, man, women's college basketball is wild. And I looked over and I saw NCAAF. And I was like, oh shit. Wow.
Yes.
That is something I was not expecting. Let me go ahead and flip over and see this atrocity in person. And it's exactly what it was.
Oh, yes, it was bad. You know how bad it was? I watched this game. With
beginning to end?
Yeah, beginning to end.
Oh man.
So I came in the tail end of the first quarter. I should say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the score and I was like, what the hell? I thought it was the fourth quarter, honestly, because I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Right.
So I looked at the time and I was like, it's just the first quarter. I was like, they got it. They can come back. They still have a whole bunch.
Yeah.
It got worse. It got
that
worse
was me too.
Game.
Oh, it's the first half. Watch them turn it on in the second half. They can't keep this up, can they? They can.
They can.
And pushed it up. And took it to another gear.
Yes, they did. They sure did. It's like, geez, what is happening?
Man. So, there goes the magical season for Tennessee. They may end up in a big 6, New Year's 6 bowl game. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna play in one of them rinky-dink bowl games, but that wasn't their goal when they started off. And once they beat Alabama, national championship hopes started coming up. They took the L against Georgia, and they knew they still had a way in. All they had to do was win out and see what happens in that bowl game there. Now with 2 losses, they're behind Alabama.
Yeah.
And like we talked about, they now have life. Black, I'm looking at the AP top 25. Granted, the top 4 in the AP polls usually translate over, kind of exactly mirror the college football playoff rankings that come out every Tuesday night.
Yep.
So right now I'm looking at the top 4 being the same: Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU. And TCU probably shouldn't be there. I'm good. If they really look at the body of work, barely beating Baylor last second field goal.
I wanted Baylor to beat them so bad.
Bro. I bet the college football playoffs committee wants them to lose. They know they fucked up putting TCU up in there. And I get it. You're just like, well, they're undefeated and they're in a quote unquote Power 5 conference. We can't not have them up there. They know they want them to leave. They know they want them gone, because every time you bring one of these little, I ain't gonna say rinky dink, but just like with Cincinnati last year, like, yeah, they undefeated and they look nice, but when you put them up against these boys up in this thing, man, it ain't fam.
No.
Fam, Georgia ate these cats up. Like,
yes.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? So you're going to tell me TCU is going to play Georgia and it's going to be a good game, college football playoff? This is what you're trying to tell me.
No.
Everybody knows what's happening. They're sitting here like, fuck, we can't take them. They're winning. We can't take them out of the top and put a team with a loss in there, because everybody's going to look at us like, what the fuck's going on? They just need to put the formula they use to pick these teams out. Mm-hmm. That way people can't get mad when they just be like, well, we know you're undefeated, but you're not up in here because of this, and then lay the formula out.
You almost lost to Baylor.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Pleasure having you here.
You can play in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah.
Big 12 champions. Get over there.
Sugar Bowl. It is for you.
Oh, they can't be in the Fiesta Bowl. The Fiesta Bowl is a playoff game.
It's a playoff game.
Bowl. Yeah.
Sugar Bowl.
They wouldn't do that shit when I leave Glendale. Man, that's some old bullshit, man. Super Bowl over there. They had all man. Oh, is Willie leaving? Oh yeah, bring all the shit.
Bring all the good shit.
Bring all the good shit over here now.
They did me like that with California. All the good shit started coming when I left. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck.
Oh, he gone?
Man, this bullshit.
He's gone? Bring all the shit over here.
Yeah.
Hate to see you leave.
Thank you for your time. All right, bring it in over here.
Fun shit. All the fun shit. Come on in.
Poor guy's been bored for fucking 9 years.
If he just would have stayed another year, he could have had all of this. Oh man. But I think Michigan and Ohio State. Michigan was in a tough one with Illinois. They barely got out of that. So, which further lets me know I have a lot more confidence in Ohio State pulling off this win this Sunday or this Saturday.
That game gave me confidence to say they're going to lose against Ohio State.
And it's in Ohio State too. So
yeah, ain't no way you getting out of there alive.
But let's look at USC. First one there at number 5. So they have the opportunity to sneak in there based off the loser of this Ohio State-Michigan game, right?
Yep.
Granted, they still have to win their conference, right? In the Pac-12 went to that best two records go to the conference, but they have Notre Dame this Saturday. You see them losing that one?
Michigan?
No,
It's pop.
no. USC has
Oh, they
Notre
have
Dame.
Notre Dame. Ooh.
Yep.
Notre Dame's an upset team. You can't sleep on them.
No, you cannot. Ask Clemson about them.
Yeah. They will beat your ass. You go in there messing around. So they can't take that game lightly.
Do you see them winning that one? It's in UCLA, or it's in California.
It's in
Yeah.
No, they ain't gonna lose that game.
Okay.
I don't see it. I don't see them losing it, but again, it's Notre Dame. Notre Dame is an upset team. But for now, I don't see them losing. But anything can happen. Especially they in South Central.
So that's that. We know Georgia is pretty set. I don't think they're playing anybody scary. What they got? LSU? No, they got Georgia Tech. It's their rivalry game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Georgia Tech for beating North Carolina with their third string fucking quarterback. I was upset about that shit. I was thinking we was gonna sneak into. I mean, we still can because we're playing Clemson in the ACC championship, but we'll see what happens. I was hoping that we'd pull it off and maybe be like around that top 10 shit, but nah, it's all for now. But we got a good little group over there. Mac Brown doing his thing. But then, of course, they got you guys on the 3rd of December for the SEC championship. Who do you guys got this week?
Texas A&M, which is also a dangerous game.
Yeah, that's a gotcha game there.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game.
But you guys are locked in for that championship game. But you guys are actually thinking playoffs. Do you still think the only way for you guys to get in there is to beat Georgia, right?
We have to beat Georgia, and we'd have to beat Georgia. Georgia's like the end-all, be-all, ultimately. But if either Michigan or Ohio State loses, that top 4 becomes very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said,
1 and 2 will be solidified because
1 and
2 2 will be the winner of Ohio State, Michigan, and 1 I'm feeling. Call it a hunch. I think 1 will still be Georgia. They got 62 out of the 63 first place votes. Ohio State has 1 of them. TCU, I feel even if TCU wins
they're going
out.
to 4.
If TCU wins out, LSU beats Georgia, LSU is in there and TCU is out.
Yeah, definitely. Georgia at most, if they lose, Georgia at most is sliding to 4.
Yeah, that's
at the most.
And that's an extreme drop.
Yeah, that's an extreme drop.
That'd be an extreme drop. Fuck, man. Like I'm looking at this. They beat Notre Dame. They'd have to play, I think the next best record in the Pac-12 is. Let me see if I can bring it up. If they
Oregon.
Ooh, hold on. Because I know there's a group of nope. Oh yeah, it would be Oregon because they only got they got 2 losses, but only 1 loss in conference.
Yeah.
So it'd be the Trojans and the Ducks. And the Ducks got to play Oregon State. And they barely beat Utah last Saturday, 20-17. Right. So I don't know how they're feeling. They're not looking like the world beaters they were looking like before. But if it's Oregon and USC, I'm thinking USC probably pulls that one off because it'll be on a neutral ground. I think they play in Vegas. The Pac-12 plays their championship in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then let me check out the Big 12. Obviously, it'll be TCU and Kansas State. Kansas State is 8-3. Obviously, TCU is 11-0. Kansas State
Even
has
that's
2
a
losses.
dangerous game for TCU.
Yeah. That'll be their championship. I don't know who they play. I don't know what their rivalry game is. Iowa State. They got Iowa State this Saturday. And then based on they still say it's TBD, their championship. But the only other person it could possibly be if Kansas State loses is Texas, if Texas wins. I'm thinking they're going to remain undefeated in this thing.
They may. They just might.
I mean, if they play Kansas State, I don't know if they played them already, but Kansas State, every time I've seen them on TV, they beat Kansas State by 10 already this year. Beat Texas by 7, barely beat Baylor. Yeah, they was whooping people earlier, but now their game's hella close.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that game's a dangerous game for them.
Yeah, but so top 4 right now, man. Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU. Your predictions on the shakeup after this weekend? You're thinking all top 4 teams? Well, obviously not all top 4. Ohio State, Michigan, something's got to go. One of them's got to go.
One of them's going this weekend.
Which one?
That's a high stakes game.
Yes.
I still want to stick to my guns and say Michigan, but that last game, bro, y'all have problems. I don't know if it's injuries. I don't know if it's injuries, but there were problems that I don't think you can correct by the time you get to Ohio State. So
bro, that game's gonna be loud. That crowd's gonna be on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know what it is, man. I just feel like Jeff Harbaugh just don't have that gene to get his kids through a tough environment like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he got over the hump and beat Ohio State last year, but it was a home game for him. So I think the crowd kind of helped him out. But going into enemy territory, I don't know if he got it. I don't know if he got that dog in him to get them kids over the hump like that. If he does, more power to him. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't think.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly here.
I don't think he got it in him. But your prediction is probably the most valid of the two of us. You had Georgia, you had Michigan, you had USC. I think you still had TCU in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because I foresaw TCU winning out. I didn't think their schedule was too hectic for them not to win out.
Yeah,
unlike the other ones, somebody's gonna go.
Right. I saw TCU winning out, but I just assumed the college football playoff committee would be like, I mean, we see what you're doing, Horned Frogs, and it's valiant, but do y'all really want to go get y'all ass whooped by Georgia off rip? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this really what y'all want?
Right. I also see the case of if you drop them based off of Baylor, like I could see a lot of backlash off that.
Oh, the worst amount of backlash, and then you got to revisit this whole thing. That's why I feel y'all should just bump this shit out to like 8 teams. Bump this shit out to 8 teams. Use all the New Year bowls. You know what I'm saying? All the big 6 bowls. As you could use the 4. You could use the Sugar Bowl, Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Rose Bowl. Those will be your playoffs. Your first round of playoffs. Then you'll have 2 more games after that, and then you have a national championship. So, I mean, in essence, it's more money for college football when you think about it.
Yeah.
More games, more money, more schools can come in. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's more money. Now you don't have to sit there and do this. You can be like, all right, TCU, get your ass. You can just off the rip be like, you win your conference, you're in there. Power 5 teams, you win your conference, you in there. And then you get to choose your 3 at-large bids, the guys who didn't win there. And then, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you good to go. But I don't know why they fighting it. I don't know. Probably some.
I heard they were trying to expand it, and I think they were trying to expand it to 12 teams instead of 4.
Stop it. That's you guys are doing too much.
Yeah. So
because right now you'd have Penn State and Washington in it. Like, stop. Calm down, guys. Calm down, guys. North Carolina dropped fucking 5 spots, man. That's awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm super hurt, man. As long, I mean, hey, fuck it. Let's just beat Clemson. Let's just beat Dabo and them. There's a new king in the ACC. There's a new king out here.
You can do that. You doing.
It's challenge day. We have watched and listened from the bottom. Oh man, college football is it's good this year, man. It's a lot of parity. I like it.
It's been a lit year. I'm not gonna lie to you. This year has been lit. Just the shakeups alone have made this year a very good year.
Let me ask you this:
worthy of watching.
Do you think Tennessee is a contender next year, or is this year just like a fluke?
No, this year is a statement being made. There's player 3 has entered. They've entered the battle.
A new challenger. Somebody else put a quarter in the machine.
Yeah, you have your usual suspects, and now you have another threat to worry about there.
Yeah.
So
Georgia has their LSU, if you will. Just like Alabama be in the West, like, fuck, we always got this one game with these cats.
Yep.
Now Georgia's like, fuck, we got to play Tennessee. Like it, we got to be in Tennessee next year for this shit. You know?
Yep.
And I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so because I mean it was getting tiring. Like, what was it? Like 3 in a row? It was just like, bro, we know it's gonna be Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and then some other broad. You know, it's just the 4th person to the party getting the fuck up out of there and shit.
Yep.
And then like
number 4 always getting their ass whooped.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Number 4 about to get their ass whooped.
The only time number 4 beat number 1 is I think it was the first year they did the playoffs. Ohio State was number 4 and they were playing Alabama and they beat Alabama.
Yeah.
And then they went on to beat Oregon, who was number 2 in the playoffs, or in the championship. But you know, that's when they had Ezekiel Elliott and all them boys, you know, they were stacked. So
yeah.
It does my heart good seeing Clemson not up in there, not hating on Dabo on them, but it's just good to see, quote unquote, a new team in there, which I think looking at this, if USC pulls it off, like Lincoln Riley went over there and did some magic, man. They made USC relevant again, you know?
Yeah.
Which I didn't see happening that fast, you know, but my man did something. I don't know if he pulled recruits from Oklahoma and pulled them over there, but that glow up happened quick.
Very fast. And I seen it coming because I was still there. And I was like, oh, Lord. Because the amount, when he got there, the amount of recruits that decided to, because a lot of these guys were already committed to schools like Alabama.
Yep.
You had some going to Clemson. You had some going to even Texas. Like, there was a mass migration. And as soon as he got there, that shit stopped. And I was like, that's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys about to be a problem.
And I'll just say it, man. When USC was prominent, like college football was hella fun, man. Because you always had a reason to stay up and watch the West Coast games. Like USC was playing when they had Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, you know, all them boys over there, Lindell White. Bro, I was just like, bro, this is must-see TV over here, bro. Like, you can't not watch these boys play. That was in my younger days back at Eglin when I was in my 20s, and I could do that and not be hurt the next day. Bro, I be out here now, they be like, Laker game starts at 10:10 Eastern. I'm like, I'm gonna catch you on Sports Center.
Sleep.
Wake up, turn on Key Key, J, Will, and Max. Lakers lost. Nope, good thing I went to sleep.
I regret nothing.
I'm making awesome decisions with my life. Yes. Yes, I'm winning. Man, but this weekend should be good. Coming off of Thanksgiving and then the family day, and then you just chill and watch some college football on Saturday.
Yep.
Ooh, it's a good time of year. It's a good time of year
Yes.
right about now.
Yes.
Speaking of Thanksgiving football, my guy,
Yeah.
did you happen to catch the Cowboys and Vikings game?
Yes.
The game, it was supposed to be game of the week, America's game of the week.
Yeah. America's team, America's game of the week. Plus,
you got
I'm
the Vikings
here.
coming off that amazing comeback win against the Bills, exposing them, having people questioning if the Bills were legit. You know, you got Kirk Cousins on the plane, shirt off, wearing everybody chain. I see. Everybody was on that. Hey, man, the Vikings might be it. The Vikings might be it. God damn is all I can say. God damn.
Too much bubbly. They had too much bubbly.
Is that Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
A bottle of the bubbly.
It was too much.
That game, son, I was mad watching that. Like, why do y'all still have this on TV? I was watching it on Red Zone. Like, quit flicking back to this game. But my other options were like the Broncos and the Raiders. Or what was the other late game? I'm trying to think. But I mean, they weren't like awesome games. The afternoon slate of games,
right? The Colts.
Oh my god, I'm just like, what is happening here? But that brings me to this point here. Let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Let's do it.
With the loss to the Cowboys, as bad as that loss was, flying high at 8-1 as the 2 seed in the NFC. Let's talk NFL pretenders. Do we put the Vikings on that list now? They're sitting at 8-2. Are they pretenders at this point? Are they still contenders?
At this point, I'm still going to call them contenders, and here's why. They had a start to the season where they established an identity, and at this point, people are figuring out that identity, right? Mm-hmm. So it's going to take everybody else. The Cowboys figured it out, but the Cowboys are also, they came into that game 6-3, right? So as much as I fucking hate admitting this, the Cowboys have a little bit of relevancy there, right? They can make adjustments. Mike McCarthy is good at managing the game and making adjustments on the fly. He's very good at that. That being said, the Vikings need to figure that part out. And I think they will go back to the drawing board, figure that part out, how to make the adjustment better in game as to what the other team is doing to them, because they didn't do it after the first half. And to quote an old announcer, they were taking a shellacking the first half. So you got to come back out in the second half and at least fight. And I think they'll figure that out. But by the second half of that game, they were done.
I was on my Jim Ross watching that one. My God, stop the match. For the love of God.
He broke him in half.
Every time Tony Pollard got the ball. You son of a bitch, you sick son of a bitch, stop it. Just go to Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. Quit throwing, quit passing. You sick son of a bitch. Man, I'm looking at their stats. What like you got Justin Jefferson out there. Arguably one of the best receivers, not arguably, one of the best receivers in the game. Arguably the best receiver in the game. There's some other people who have something to say about that. Dalvin Cook, one of the best running backs in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And your number 2 receiver is not a slouch, is Adam Thielen. But he
Yeah.
only has 400 yards receiving because Justin Jefferson's eating everything else up. You got
Right.
TJ Hawkinson, like a first round talent tight end at the trade deadline. You got a lot of stuff going for you.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I took away from that game, Dallas's defense is Super Bowl ready. Their offense just has to keep up with the play of their defense. And we've seen if their offense can do that,
they blow teams out.
Now, their loss, like, I don't know how to explain the Green Bay loss, except as Dak goes, the Cowboys go. If Dak is on it and he's comfortable, he's cool. I don't know if the weather was kind of fucking with him because they play in a dome in Minnesota. So, they play in a dome in Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't know if the weather gets to him, but he seemed to be in his zone, not rushed, not bothered, able to take his time, go through his reads. I don't think I thought Minnesota had a better defense. Apparently, if they do, Dallas's offensive line is legit. I was watching that game like Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. Bro, that boy Micah Parsons is a problem, son.
Yeah.
Definitely. These talk shows are like he's Lawrence Taylor. I'm not going that far yet because Lawrence Taylor was God tier.
Yeah, he was scary.
God tier when it comes to pass rushing. But if there was somebody I would say had a chance to enter that realm, because I still think it's kind of early now. But if he stays on this pace, Lord God, that boy good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That boy good.
Yeah. He's one of those X factors, man. He can change the outcome of a game. Just him.
Mm-hmm.
Just him. And I don't think Minnesota's line was ready for him. I don't think they were ready for him. And that's the adjustment that I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta plan for him on defense. You have to plan for him.
Yeah.
Because he will disrupt everything you have going on. And with the weapons that they have, right, you still have to account for him.
Yep.
Because you could have all these weapons, but if he's getting back there, dude, it ain't too much you could do.
And it's not even the sack that he could just rush you off your spot. Yeah. You throw it out there. You got who's their cornerback? Diggs? Tay Diggs? Or Tay Diggs? Get out of here.
Trayvon Diggs.
Tay Diggs. Bro, if I needed another reason to hate the Cowboys, it'd be because Tay Diggs is on that team. Trayvon out there, he ain't no slouch. Like, he's a feast or famine type dude. Like, he either gets to pick or he gets burnt. But I think he's kind of settling, getting out of that mindset and becoming more of an all-around corner. But he's out there, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like – I think the Cowboys claim to fame went from that beast-ass offensive line and running the ball and that Zeke running and all that stuff to now that defense is what's going to be that leads them out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, almost like a Seattle in their heyday, Legion of Boom. Yeah. Like that's their identity. It's not Dak. It's not Zeke. It ain't CeeDee Lamb. It ain't them boys. It's Micah and them.
Right. Yeah. I agree. Because when you have something like that, and you talked about it earlier, like a pressure sack, like I don't have to sack you. Right. I can get back there and disrupt everything that you have going on, make you get rid of the ball early, and that forces a turn. Yeah. Or force a turnover. So when you have something like that, it makes the offense, as you seen yesterday, very easy to handle. Because now they have good field position. They have better ways of getting down the field because of the defense. So, yeah, as much as I hate admitting that, it's true. So, We'll come back to Dallas later, but for now, I don't count them on the pretender list, the Vikings, because they ran into that defense.
Okay.
And that defense is all types of terrible.
All right. So you got the Vikings as contenders.
I still have them as contenders, yes.
Can I interest you in the New York Giants? Now, the Giants, I don't think anybody was expecting them to be in the mix as they are now at the start of the season. I'm pretty sure most people thought new coach, Saquon coming back, like they may be decent at best, but here they are 7-3. They were 7-2, and then they ran into Detroit and lost against the lowly Lions of Detroit. Detroit versus everybody. Shout out to everybody from Detroit. Black. Are the New York Giants at 7-3 contenders or pretenders?
The New York Giants, and I'm going to apologize to my friend Frank Hampton. I'm going to apologize to you now. They are pretenders.
Oh.
They are
pretenders. They've beaten the Titans.
True.
They've beaten the Packers. Now, do you give them credit for a Packer win? Beating the Packers?
This year, no.
They beat the Ravens.
Okay.
And those are their 3 quality wins, I guess. Because the other ones, I'm assuming they were supposed to win.
Yeah.
Their future games, they got the Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
They're going to lose that.
They got Washington next.
They're going to lose that one.
Then they got the Eagles.
They may lose that one.
Then they got the Commanders again.
They're going to lose that one.
Bro, you got them possibly losing 4 straight?
Yes.
Or 5 straight if you count the Lions loss. Then
yes.
they get the Vikings.
They may win that one.
Then the Colts.
Win.
And then the Eagles.
Lose.
You got them maybe winning 2 more games.
Yes.
So they're going to finish 9-8.
Yes.
After a 7-2 start.
Yes.
Jeez. Why do you feel that way, man?
Because once you shut down that run, things get a little bit different for the New York Giants. Shut down the run, force Daniel Jones out of the pocket. Very easy formula for a win.
But if it's that easy, why haven't teams been doing it? I think teams have tried to do that. Teams have tried to just stop Saquon, but then Saquon figures out a way to make a play, or Daniel Jones will make this random play, and then that'll be the thing that gets them.
And herein lies the problem. They are relying too much on Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has become the workhorse. Saquon Barkley is in the middle of the year where he's been the workhorse this entire time. That body gets tired. And as much as we want to give him credit for putting on these performances, like the body over time just gets tired, man. It's a long season. So teams are now figuring it out. Shut down this run, get Daniel Jones out of the pocket, problem solved. Right? You've seen it early in the year. Saquon Barkley was able to get out. It's early in the year. He's able to get out, make plays, right? Yep. Now we're starting to see him slow down. And the more you see teams start doing this, the more slow it's going to go. So I see them losing a few of these games. They may get Washington once. I'll say they get Washington once.
All right, I'm gonna give you a number and you tell me over under for wins for them.
Okay.
9.5.
Under.
All they need is 3 more wins to get 10 wins.
Under.
God. You already here, folks. If you were riding high on that New York Giants roller coaster, Black says get the fuck off.
Get
He's
off it
running out of
now.
track. Let me throw one more at you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe two, but this one for sure. The New England Patriots, my guy.
The New England Patriots.
Or pretenders. Because as of now, they are the 6th seed in the AFC.
The New England Patriots. Quiet as hell. Contenders.
Wow.
Quiet.
Wow. Contenders, my guy?
Contenders. They have been quiet. I said this earlier in the season. I said you have to watch out for them because they are quiet. When New England is quiet and everybody else is making noise, they are upgrading. This is exactly what they've been doing. The defense is starting to come on. The offense is starting to establish an identity. It could get scary.
They've won 3 in a row. Low key, they've won 3 in a row. I didn't know that till looking at this standings thing. I'm just like, oh shit. Because all I hear, Mac Jones ain't that dude. They out there trying, and I'm just like, that defense, like Dallas,
picking up wins.
Get on our back. And sidetrack. That is what pisses me off about Carolina, because their defense is that good. We just need that one nice play from the offense, bro. Like one splash play. Get us 7 points and let us protect that lead. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the difference between a Carolina and a New England, right? Carolina, Belichick. No, not even Bill Belichick. Carolina does not have a quarterback that can manage a game. New England does. For all the trouble that you give them, Mac can manage a game.
Our best game manager is our 3rd string quarterback, who started the season as our 4th string quarterback, PJ Walker. He was hurt, so we had to put Baker in there, and Baker, he could talk all the talk. Like, I don't care about my stats. I don't care about the situation. I want the team to win. He wants to make plays, and he wants to prove people wrong. He's that dude.
That's how you win.
Yeah. He wants to prove people wrong. He wants to go out there and make the play instead of doing what he's supposed to do. Now, I don't know who was calling the play. Well, I do know fucking Ben McAdoo needs to fucking get the fuck all the way the fuck up out of here. I don't know why he wasn't gone when you sent Matt Rule out the fucking door.
And I was going to say this earlier too. Matt Rule is still fucking y'all up.
Yeah.
he's still fucking y'all up.
His draft picks and all that shit fucking us up. So New England Patriots, contenders. Talk to me about the New York Jets, who started the season. They were riding pretty high. They were 1 play away from, I think, beating the Bills one game, which would have put them up there. They were a couple plays away from beating the Dolphins. Like, they were in contention with the top teams in their division, which was ran by the Patriots for like 2 decades. Now they're sitting last in their division. Not even in the playoffs. Because Cincinnati, I think, has the final seed wild card wise.
Yeah.
Watching them the last few games, offense is not there. Number 2 overall pick, Zach Wilson, does not look like he should have been taken 2nd overall in that draft. They got a couple more years. I'm assuming they're probably not going to pick up his 5th year option on the rookie contract. That is true, Jeff. Belichick running the team, you just got to keep your eyes on it, man.
Yeah.
Even though it's not on the prime time spots it used to be, he'll find a way to scrap them boys in there. But let's talk the Jets, man. Defense again. Defense was amazing. They got Sauce Gardner out there. You know what I'm saying? They got they drafted a nice offensive lineman. They had a nice draft overall. They were looking pretty good. They started off rough. Everybody was discounting them, and then they started pulling off some some upsets, if you will. And then now they lose this game by a punt return on the last play of regulation almost. Are they contenders or pretenders? You think they can squeak their way back into the playoff race? Or let me go through their schedule real quick, because I think they still got to go back through the second half of their division. So they got the Bears on Sunday. Oh no, wait. Yep, the Bears on Sunday.
They can get that.
Vikings after that. They got the
Didn't
Bills.
they beat the Vikings already this year?
So here's their W's. Here's their W's. They lost against the Ravens week 1. They beat the Browns. They lost against the Bengals. They beat the Steelers. They beat the Dolphins 40-17. So I think that was when people were just like, oh shit, here come the Jets. They beat the Packers. They beat the Broncos. And at that point, they're 5-2. They lose to the Patriots. And they apparently Bill Belichick has beaten them like 20-something fucking straight times. If I'm listening to these sports shows and they're not exaggerating, like they have not beaten Bill Belichick in like 10 years or something. So they lose that game 22-17. They beat the Bills. And then they lose to the Patriots again. So within 3 weeks, there go your 2 games against the Patriots, both L's. Now you got to face the Bills again, and then you got to see the Dolphins again towards the end of the year. In between that, you get the Lions, the Jaguars, and the Seahawks. So they're sitting at 6-4.
Yeah.
I ran through their schedule. Do you think they get 10 wins, at least 10 wins this season?
It's possible. But I got to talk about Detroit real quick. They're not in the picture, right? They're not in the picture right now.
They play motherfuckers tough.
Yeah. They're not in the picture right now. But they're on a 4-game winning streak.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not lying. Detroit's on a 4-game winning streak.
I know you fucking lying. They won 4 games in a row?
Yes.
My heart hurt, bro. My heart hurt.
Detroit is fucking balling right now. Detroit is playing. And if people aren't careful, Detroit will sneak into contendership. They're not on the map right now because they're 4-6.
Let me see some shit real quick. 3-game win streak, bro. Look, they beat the Packers, the Bears, the Giants.
3. Yeah, 3-game win.
They got the Bills this Thanksgiving. You thinking they taking that one?
Hey, if Buffalo's not careful, Detroit can take this game. Detroit is they're looking really decent right now. They're looking really decent right now.
You think the Bills will lose this game?
I'm not saying I think they will. I'm saying if they're not careful, Detroit will win this game.
All right. So 4-6 right now. They got the Bills, the Jaguars, the Vikings, the Jets, the Panthers, Bears, and then Packers at the end of the season.
Detroit can easily creep up on everybody and get 10 wins.
They're winning 6 of their final games. 6 of their
if they keep playing like they played on yesterday, Detroit Lions can easily sneak in here.
So they're your sleeper contenders. You're not pretending. You're not saying they're pretenders. They are on the verge of becoming contenders.
Yeah,
how many more games do they need to win in this win streak before you're officially putting them in contendership?
If they get, I'm going to give them Buffalo. If they beat Buffalo, they're contenders. Yeah, if they beat Buffalo, the Detroit Lions will sneak into my contendership because they are rolling.
Okay. Yo, that's a hot take right there. As we say on the
Yeah.
show, prove me wrong. I need people to let Black know why he is out of his mind. Or if you think he is out of his mind, let him know why. Or if he's
Keep in
right.
mind, I don't talk
Yeah.
about Detroit like this. But what I saw yesterday, I was like, hey, listen, y'all can sleep on them Lions if you want to.
Yeah,
They are quietly establishing an identity in Detroit.
Yeah, when Daniel Jones
Shout
is your
out to
leading
Bucky
rusher.
because he's the only Lions fan I know.
Nah, Beasley out there too, man.
Oh, and Beasley, yeah.
But he be going through it every week, man. He be wanting to switch teams and shit. Bees be going through it, man. Damn, that's crazy, man. And we just stayed in the AFC. Well, we talked a little bit about the Vikings and stuff, but yeah, outside of that, man, I don't. We'll talk. We'll do contenders, pretenders next week because there's a couple more NFC teams I want to talk about.
Okay.
And one more AFC team, but probably after this weekend we'll kind of know for sure who's contender pretender out this.
Oh
Bitch.
yeah. This Thursday will let you know a lot.
Oh man, but let's roll into the NBA.
Let's
And
do it.
let me talk about a guy named Danny Ainge. Now, many of you old heads may know him from his playing days. He played with the Blazers, the Celtics. I think he was with the Suns for a little bit. Might have dabbled with the Spurs, or I may be getting him and Steve Kerr confirmed because I know Kerr played with the Spurs for a bit. But he's a NBA journeyman. He was never a all-star, never a superstar. A very good, hey, I know my role and I'm gonna play it. Spark plug off the bench. He would just
Right.
feisty 3-point shooter, kind of like the 3-and-D before it became a whole thing like it is nowadays. But as a GM, Lord God, this man is magnificent. Magnificent. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the individual who orchestrated the big three in Boston, who coined the big three. Got Kevin Garnett over there to play with Paul Pierce, traded, got Ray Allen over there, helped draft Rondo, all of that stuff, built that team that beat the Lakers in the finals to put them back on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And had them relevant back in the East again, because there was a time where the Celtics just weren't it. They were looking pretty solid until your boy LeBron was just like, big three, huh? Let me try that shit out. Let me try that shit out. And he goes to fucking Miami, and they end up breaking up the Boston Big Three. But here's the brilliance of Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge, seeing that his Big Three was kind of past its prime compared to the younger Big Three over in Miami, he's like, we probably got to take a couple years on the chin, but let me go ahead and get what I can get for these guys. Trades Kevin Garnett, Jason Terry, and somebody else to New Jersey. To New Jersey. Or no, Paul Pierce went too, I think.
Yeah, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett.
To Brooklyn. Jason Terry. To Brooklyn for ridiculous draft picks. Because Brooklyn's like, we need star power. And these guys are stars. They were desperate for stars. They didn't sit back and look and be like, man, these guys old as fuck. Nope. Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, put them on a poster, get people in here to get tickets. Pulled that trigger. It did not work for Brooklyn. Worked great. Great for Boston. Boston has these picks. Boston's sitting there. Through these picks, he gets Jaylen Brown. He hustles Philadelphia because they have the second pick. Philadelphia has the third pick. No, actually, Boston has the first pick in this one draft. Philly has the third. Philly's just like, man, we want Markelle Fultz, but we think Boston's going to get him. We got to make a trade with Boston. Boston's like, what do you got for me? We'll give you our number 3 pick and a future first round pick for next year. Boss is like, I don't know. This guy's really good. Philly's like, here's more stuff. Boss is like, all right, here you go. And then they just draft the person they were going to draft anyway at the 3rd pick, Jason Tatum. The whole time, Danny Ainge knew he wasn't going to get Markelle Fultz. And he has been on record saying, hey, I did what I had to do. It's part of the game. Now Markelle Fultz
worked out for me.
I don't know where Markelle Fultz is at. I don't know where he's at. I know where Jason Tatum's at. You know what I'm saying? Balling out in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy how he's getting over on all these people. So he creates this core in Boston. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, the whole squad they had that took LeBron to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. The core that kind of went to the finals last year. But so he leaves from there, you know what I'm saying? Goes to Utah. So now he's the GM at Utah because I think he went to school at BYU or something. So he's all about getting back to his roots.
Yep.
Gets there this offseason. He's like, you know what, Rudy Gobert? Appreciate you. 2-time defensive player of the year, all that good stuff. Get out of here. We're trading you to Minnesota for first-round draft picks. He's out of here. After signing him to a ridiculous contract, by the way, giving him like 200-something million, and everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? And he was just like, oh, no, it's part of the plan. You get him out of here.
Him and that money.
Yeah. Get your ass the fuck up out of here. And then you have Donovan Mitchell there. Obviously, the heart and soul, the star of the team is there. Kind of like your big drawing for people to come watch the games. And you're just like, and you can go too for some picks and some players and everything else. So going into this season, you're looking at the firepower and the star power and everything that kind of left.
Boy, they look bare.
Yeah. And you were just like, I'm not expecting these guys to do much, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the Utah Jazz are first in the West. Let me read you their roster. And you guys can be like, oh, yeah, he's a star.
Right?
I guess they just got it in alphabetical order here. I'm going to just Ochai Agbaji, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Udoka Azubuike, Malik Beasley, Leandro Bolormo, Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, Simon Fonchenko, Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay still playing?
Exactly.
Taylor Horton Tucker, Johnny Juzang, Walker Kessler, Lauri Markkanen, Kelly Olynyk, Micah Potter, Colin Sexton, Jarrett Vanderbilt. Coached by Will Hardy. Names that I know: Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley. I only know Taylor Horton Tucker because he was with
from the Lakers.
And Lauri Markkanen because I remember Chicago drafted him and people were just like, who the hell is this dude? And Kelly Olynyk because I remember he dislocated Kevin Love's shoulder in the playoffs that 1 year. Colin Sexton because he used to be he was out of Alabama. He was like a high pick over on the Cavs. But that's their squad. Their highest paid person is Mike Conley on that ridiculous deal he got with Memphis that ended up following him over to Utah. But yeah, second highest player is Mike Beasley. I haven't heard of this kid before, but so how are they doing this shit, bro?
I have no explanation for this shit, bro. I don't. I wish I did, but I don't.
They've beaten Denver, Memphis twice, Lakers, Clippers, Atlanta, Phoenix, and Portland. And those are high ranking or teams
Those are
that are
high quality
expected.
wins.
Yeah, quality
Yeah.
wins.
Those are quality wins.
Bro, how are they doing this shit?
With this core.
Do you think it's because I look at that roster and it looks like I don't think nobody is trying to be the face of the, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be,
It's a team.
I'm that guy.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a team.
because I'm looking at high points and like on some games, the highest scoring person has 20 on the team. You know what I'm saying? So that means it's balanced scoring. Like
Yeah.
they
They're
scored 100.
distributing the ball.
They scored
Yeah.
123 points. Their highest scorer had 20 points. You know, there'll be games where somebody will cut up like, bro. There was a game that they won, and Marketing was the highest scorer. He had 17 points. That shit is wild.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
But Marketing looks like he's been cutting up. He had 38 against Phoenix, 32 against Atlanta, 31 against Memphis, 31 against New Orleans. It looks like Marketing and Clarkson been going back and forth. But
you know what that also screams to me, right?
What's that?
Marketing is a power forward. So they're finding ways to distribute the ball and get a good shot out of it from Marketing. Right? Distribute, work it inside. And that could be working to their advantage. Because I haven't watched them play at all, but
nah, bro, I already told you about the West Coast games.
Yeah, I haven't watched them play at all.
What you talking about?
but this screams to me like they distribute the ball and they work the ball a lot inside.
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to slow the game down. So when you have a team like that, yeah, it's kind of dangerous, bro. Like, you don't want to go in there. You don't want to go in there with any one specific game plan because there is no one way to beat them because they play good team basketball.
Facts. Yeah, so for the season, Marketing's their leading scorer with 22 points per game. Jared Vanderbilt, I think is Marketing like a Dirk? Like he's like a stretch four, right?
Yeah,
he's a shooter and okay.
Yeah.
Mike Connolly, his old ass out there getting 8 assists per game.
There it is.
Yep. That veteran leadership. He's also leading in steals, 1.2, and Walker Kessler is leading in blocks. Like I haven't like these people. I'm just like, who the fuck?
Who would have known? Yeah,
and their rotation is deep. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people averaging 10 or more 11 or more minutes a game.
Yeah. Fresh legs all the time.
Damn.
So, yeah, there is no one way to beat them.
Let me go look at. But I'm just like, how do you think Danny Ainge knew that this team was going to be this good?
You know what? I think Danny Ainge has a real eye for talent. And not real talent as in this guy's going to come in here and take the game over. He's really good at fitting pieces to make roles out of them. He did it in Boston, right? And he established a young team in Boston that now is able to go to the finals. So that track record's proven. He has an eye for putting a team together. Like, he knows what roles he needs to win a game, and he's good at finding them. He's good at making them work. And if they don't work, as in the case, it doesn't matter who you are. If you don't work, you're leaving. We saw that with Donovan Mitchell. We saw that with Rudy Gobert. We saw that with Paul Pierce, who was the longest loved tenured person in Boston, and Kevin Garnett.
Yep.
Shipped them out of town. If the pieces don't work for you, he's willing to get rid of you. That's proven. So should we really be surprised that he's doing this well in Utah? Not really. But it is surprising he's doing it with this core.
I wasn't surprised in the East because at the time, the East was the weakest division. I still think overall, probably not so much, but like for the last, I don't know how many seasons, the East would have like 3 heavy hitters where the West would be like, yo, we got to watch out for these guys. The rest is just like whatever, like
Right.
4 through 8 or 10, however they're doing with the playing tournament, is just like, fuck it, they need to put somebody in there,
Right.
But the West was always like, bro, if you were to tell me after trading away his starting core from last year, and he's running into the West with the rosters that I was looking at, and that they would be first right now, I'd be like, man, you out your rabbit ass mind, bro. Right. What if I told you at Thanksgiving the Jazz would be at the top of the Western Conference? You stupid. I would have took that bet. I would have put a mortgage payment down on that shit, bro. Am I wrong? Would you not have taken that bet? Yeah, 100%, bro.
I would not made that bet at all. I'd be like, look, bro, I don't even want to take your money like that. Like, come on,
I would have took that. I would have gave that man. I would have gave him ample chances to change his shit. Are you serious right now? Are you fucking with me? Are you really doing this? You don't want to do this. You do want to do this? All right. Now that dude would have been knocking at my door like, where's my run my shit? It's not Thanksgiving yet. There's a couple more games, bro. It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Hold on. Let's talk about this real quick.
There's a couple more games, bro. It ain't even. Yeah. It ain't even.
Are you a time traveler? Do you know Kang the Conqueror?
Yeah.
Like, what is going?
Are you Marty McFly? Do you have an almanac from the
future? You've been here before. I know it.
There's no way you knew this shit. You liar. But yeah, sitting here 12-6 with the Suns behind them at 10-6. They're 6-1 at home, 6-5 away. It's just crazy to see that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy to see that shit. My brother says the Jazz surprised them too, but they have been having in the past 2 seasons. I know the one season where I think it was exactly 2 years ago, where they had like the best record in the NBA or something.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there like, what is this? What is happening here?
But they had Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, and it was coming back off the bubble season, so it was. I think they had like 76 days to chill before the next season started because the bubble season ended, I think, in like September, and they were starting right back up in like December or something like that, November. Like, so it was like a quick turn. So maybe some players didn't have the legs under them, and the Jazz, I don't think they went to the bubble, so they was like
right.
they was super rested.
Oh yeah.
They didn't play since last fucking March. They was like season. Yeah. These other teams
I'm putting cases on all you.
Slow the fuck down. We just finished playing in Halloween. Y'all ain't played since St. Patrick's Day.
Don't give a fuck
down.
Get these buckets.
They out there running 3-man weave like it's a warm-up layup line. We out here tired, boss. Y'all should have lost last season like us.
Yep. Now look at
that raggedy ass championship.
Yeah.
Now you're tired.
Your trophy got a mask on it. We about to whip y'all ass tonight.
But Golden State is the 11th seed. They're not even in the play-in tournament, bro. As of now. Yep. 1-8 on the road. We talked about that, I think, last episode, their struggles and shit. But yeah, man. The Grizzlies are 6. The Kings, fam.
Hey, the Kings are the surprise for me.
Yes. I would say them and the Blazers.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Dame Lillard just by himself out there, right?
Yep.
Let me see what this roster looks like for Portland. See if I know any of these gentlemen.
I saw it coming. That's why I went so low. That's Dame right now.
Outside of Jeremy Grant. Jabari Walker? Nah,
Oh, this is a sad.
Anthony
Well,
Simmons. Why is he getting $22 million? Who the fuck is this dude?
So here's what they got, right? And here's why they may be doing okay.
Okay.
So you have the addition of Gary Payton II, which his time in Golden State did prove valuable for him. I don't like his face, but the man plays basketball. Then you have Nurkic, who, when healthy, and here's the test here: if he can stay healthy this year, they may be in good shape.
I like Nurkic. I remember when he was in Denver with Jokic for a couple years before they had to, trade him and get rid of him.
Yeah. You have him when healthy. He's a good force. Jeremy Grant, great role player. Anthony Simmons and Shaedon Sharpe, don't know who the fuck they are, but if they're playing their role right, that may be what you're getting. Then you have Josh Hart, Justice Winslow, who are some other key components to come in and get you some buckets. Drew Eubanks can get you some buckets. Jabari Walker can get you some buckets. Like they have some depth there that says, okay, this roster isn't that bad. This isn't like Utah.
Right.
Utah is just like a whole bunch of what the fuck that can whoop your ass.
Anthony Simmons has been averaging 22.5 points a game this season. I just be so lost on these Western teams, man. Like I just be sleep. Literally.
Yeah.
Like not like I be sleeping on them like I had no idea, but I literally be sleep.
Yeah. Me too.
But like if it ain't Dame Lillard, like I'm just how the Blazers winning these games.
Yeah. It's weird.
Lillard's averaging 26 this season. Shaedon Sharpe, I'm guessing he's like their sixth man. He's getting 10 points off the bench.
Yep.
Josh Hart's getting 9 points off the bench. So it's the same shit. Like they don't really have a big three or nothing. It seems like the backcourt. It seems like Anthony Simmons picked up where CJ McCullough used to be. How it used to be Dame and CJ. And then everybody else kind of just did what they could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But man, I need to buck up and while I'm on leave and catch a couple of these West Coast games because leaving Arizona
After
makes the shit.
I'm in play. So.
In Arizona, I was watching all of the things, bro. Lakers game started at 7. The NBA on TNT.
Yep.
The first game would start at like 5:30 or like 4:30, like I'm coming home from work. Uh-oh, what is this?
But I'm having the same issue. Even though I'm central, I'm having the same issue because all my games the games I really wanted to watch, they would come on at around 5. You know what I mean? Because I'm in LA. They come on around 5. You know, now here it's 8, 7, 8. Now I'm just like, dog, I ain't gonna finish this game. And then you got the late game that's on the West Coast. I'm like, I'm damn sure not gonna watch this game.
I don't even see the tip. I don't even see the tip. Y'all lucky if I get to the end of the first game.
Yep.
Be like,
maybe if I wake up and
Miami,
have to go to the bathroom,
Atlanta.
I'll catch up.
I'm like, bro, it's 9:30. Why are y'all still playing Miami and Atlanta? Get this shit over with. And as soon as this game's over, we'll head over to Clippers and Jazz at 10. Like, no, the fuck.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Now I get it. Like when I was back in Arizona, I'll be looking at Kenny and Chuck and them when they doing the inside the NBA at the end of the night. They look dead ass tired. I'm like, what the fuck? Why y'all so tired?
Sleepy.
I'm looking at my clock. It's 11. It's 11 o'clock in Arizona. I'm just like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, it's like 1 o'clock over there. Y'all tired
as fuck, boss.
Y'all niggas tired. Okay. Kenny, Chuck, I feel you, man. I feel you. I don't know how y'all do it, man. Be in that studio like,
man, we need to wrap this shit up, bro. Like, come on.
Say it, yo, Ernie. Say it again, Ernie. You got to make sure you do it.
That's right, Shaq. Shaq just be up there.
No, let me tell you something. You win a championship. Chuck ain't got no championships, so that's why he ain't a champion.
Now, why you got to go there, Shaq? Why you always got to go there? It's 2:00 in the morning, Shaq. We ain't got to do all this shit.
That's how you know they tired. They just start acting up on set like kids. When they be tired, they start doing shit they ain't supposed to do.
Yeah.
Why are you standing on your head watching TV on the couch? Go to bed. They just trying to do shit to stay awake. That's the inside the NBA guys.
I'm gonna eat this hot ass chip.
Motherfucker, for what, Shaq? Just talk about
it's gonna
the
help me
game.
stay awake. This chip's gonna give me about 5 extra minutes.
Let's do a free throw contest.
Like, no, let's just talk about these games, man. Let's just,
and go to sleep.
I'm tired.
Analyze this so I can go to bed, please.
But nah, man, it's just crazy to see. Back to what we were talking about. Danny Ainge I think he's up there. Some of the better GMs, like Jerry West is a popular one.
Yeah.
When he was up with the Golden State Warriors, kind of put that team together that helped him out. Then he ends up going to LA Clippers and finding out a way to bring fucking Paul George and Kawhi Leonard together. Now he got John Wall over there running with these boys. And and I'm sitting there as a Laker fan looking at Rob Pelinka like, none of this inspires you, or
No, it doesn't.
You don't want to be like them? No? Okay.
Hey, look at what they're doing over there. Look, copy that.
I'm trying, but I got LeBron. He won't give me permission. I know LeBron give no fucks. LeBron be like, boy, if you don't trade away this 2029 first round pick and get me some help.
Man.
I ain't worried about 2029. I ain't gonna be here. God damn it. Help me. It's not a test.
This is a real thing. It's not a drill. Help me.
Oh shit. But shout out to the Lakers though. They on a nice 3-game winning streak, man. Anthony Davis out there balling his ass off. Everybody talking about he missed 30 and 15 for 3 straight games. It's only a matter of time before this man collapses on the floor.
Oh. We gotta watch that check engine light, bro. Like, my man run high speed out here.
It's like Madden or any game when you hold in the turbo button down and the shit just start flashing. Like, bro, you ain't got no energy, and your player just be out there just. LeBron, you ready? Nah, my groin still hurt. Play it. I can't. Bron. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, he made that trade yet? Nah, my groin still hurt. Play. I can't get out there. I can't get out there.
I want to so bad. My groin is killing me.
Bro, he be out there. He's like, bro, I'm out there with Westbrook. Bron, you have no idea how hard I gotta play just to win.
I understand. I'm just saying.
Taco Tuesday. You know how I do it. Oh shit. But yeah, man, it's crazy. A lot of parody, a lot of shock, man. I mean, again, it's an 82 game season. Anything can fucking happen. Like the Jazz can be here now and then just snap back to reality, and everything levels out the way it's supposed to go. But let's get into these buzzer beaters, man. Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up today?
To all of my World Cup watchers, the World Cup has started, and we got some. I really don't be interested until they get to the round of 16. This is just like the preliminaries.
The group stage, I'd be like, yeah.
Give me to the round of 16, I'll pay attention. But one good thing happened. Ecuador ended up beating Qatar, and Qatar's host nation. So that kind of puts them in a tight spot. But hey, so far so good on the games. England ended up pulling one out. I think USA played today. So whatever country you're going for, man, it's World Cup season. So we look forward to hearing some World Cup talk we don't know it that well. So
Nope.
if there's somebody in here that is way more
You know what?
knowledgeable,
I'm a, because it took me a couple seasons, probably about 2.5 seasons of baseball for me to get into baseball. So I think if I just focus, because I got the Peacock app where I can stream, and they usually stream the Premier League games and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get into soccer because, like,
all right,
it legit, it's not a long game, like because the
It's
clock
not.
runs. You know what I'm saying? The clock
Constantly.
runs, and then if there's stoppage time, it just rolls into that. So it's not like football where you're just like, fuck, 3 hours, clock stopping, all this other shit.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know.
Keith, what up?
I'll be wanting to get into different sports. Like I try watching hockey. Shit's hard.
No, you got to go to the game. That is
That's
the one
I
sport.
can't go to the game the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I know, like, if I put the effort in, I'm gonna get to it. Because like baseball was that for me. I'm just like, fam, baseball is horrible to watch on TV.
But fun to be at.
Yeah.
If you like being at a baseball game, bro, go to a hockey game.
I've been to hockey games.
Oh, okay.
But like now I can watch, like if the Padres are playing, I can sit and watch them motherfucker. I don't care how long the game is.
Yeah, I get you.
But it's one of them things where like if it's not my team, I don't know if
You
I
don't
can sit
care.
and watch it.
Yeah.
Because like that one fucking playoff game where I think it was like Houston and Seattle, it was like 17 innings and it was like 1-1. I'm like, fam, get all the way the fuck up out of here, man. If y'all just don't rock, scissor, paper, and figures it on to the 19th inning, 6-hour game. This is beautiful pitching. No, the fuck it's not.
No, it's not. Bro, this is long.
It's horrible
My kids
hitting.
tired. Yeah.
Brought my kids to the game. They got school tomorrow and shit. You know, I thought this shit be over at 9.
Sleep,
It's
drink
1 in the
falling
morning.
all out. Yep.
Dad, I'm tired. Shut up. Pay for these goddamn
It's the
tickets. I'm watching
greatest
this
game
goddamn
alive. Yeah. We're in the midst of the greatest game alive, son. We can't leave.
You'll be able to tell your kids about this. I hate it here. I wish you would die. Whoa.
That's how I got into baseball. Like, really, for real. Like,
Oh,
me
yeah?
and my brother went to a Twins game, and this was when Kirby Puckett was still playing. And like I was mad excited because I was a Kirby Puckett fan.
Yeah.
Just by being around the city and, you know, seeing everything, like the community was really into him. But going to one of those games, bro, this game was 5 hours long.
Oh,
And
my God.
by the second hour, I was like, how many innings is this? And they were like 9. And we was like in the third. And I'm like, dude, let's go home. Let's fucking go home.
We're not even a third way through this game.
Yeah. Let's go home.
And I'd be doing
please.
quick math. I'd be like, man, if it's already been an hour and it's just the third inning, times that by 3 hours. Like if there's not a clock, I'd be like, hey man, let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
Because the inning,
But that's one thing I do commend them for, because now they have
they're bringing
now
in
they
that
have a pitch clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pitch clock speeds the game up. I like that.
Yeah, so we'll see how that incorporates. And then they're getting rid of the shift. So there's a lot of changes they're making next year to try to make it more exciting to get more runs scored, because they used to do that shift for people who had tendencies to hit towards one side of the field. Now baseball's like, y'all can't shift no more. So instead of making the hitters learn how to hit better, they're just like, we're just going to make it harder for defense to play defense. And as a casual fan and a fan that just loves to see like scores and runs and shit, I'm all for it, you know? Because if they got rid of that fucking shift, Padres would probably still be playing. No, not playing. That shift was fucking us up, man. Maybe they be hitting Soto and Machado up with them shifts, but see what I got. Yeah, World Cup, man. I know, like you said, USA played. We played Wales. We were up 1-0. Then a questionable penalty was brought up on a foul. They had a penalty kick. They scored, so we got a draw. Apparently, draws are worth 1 point and wins are worth 3 points. So they add up all the points after the group stage to see who moves on. So I think that's why people are upset, because we got England in our group. So we know that's going to be a tough game because they just won their game 6-2. So so we got to try and see what we can do about that. And then I forget who they played, but the country that they ran is in our group as well. So hopefully we can get a dub against them.
Yep.
But I was sitting there looking at a website for favorites. Some people have Spain as the favorite. Brazil is a lot of people's lock as well. So we'll see. Like normally I tend to lean towards like the European teams like France or Germany or something like that. But there's always that one, either Argentina,
that's my dark horse.
Argentina or Brazil, somebody from the South America that can make some noise. So we'll see what happens. But
Ecuador, if they're not careful, Ecuador might make some noise.
We'll see. It'll be good if they do, man. I love when the smaller nations team starts making some noise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think it was like the Euro Cup or something, and Iceland was making a run in the group stage, and they just kept showing a camera to Iceland, and they were watching in their stadium on the big screen, and they were getting turned up, doing a Viking chant and everything. I was like, man, that's what sports is all about right there.
Yep.
What else? What else did I have? Oh well, I'm old. I forgot. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned if you haven't already heard from I think we only announced it on Smoke Pit this past Friday. Yep. A couple new podcasts coming to the network. We got The Patio with our homegirl Kim coming up. Kind of casual podcast. She'll have some people on. They'll just chit-chat it up about certain things. Kind of a conversation piece podcast. Then we got Burrow Breads. Couple cats from NY who left the boroughs now over in Atlanta and different places, and they're talking about their experience of being a New York bred individual and adapting to different environments and things like that. They'll also touch on the hip hop aspect of it, and just talking to them for a little bit. I could tell it's going to be a dope podcast. Just a different perspective of life from somebody else different, which is what I try and get out of every podcast. So,
hey Keith, if you're still here, we should do a podcast called Taxi Cab Confessions or Uber Confessions, something like that. I'm just put that in the universe.
But yeah, overall, man, that Philly Podcast Network is growing, and we appreciate you guys for allowing us to do that and getting us out there and people coming to us. So I mean, like, if you got an idea for it, this ain't got nothing to do with prove me wrong or not. I'm just putting it out there as an individual. You got a voice, you got a story, you got something you want to tell and share, bro, let us know, man. We'll help you get there. You ain't gotta be on the brand, but we can just help you, get started and get you on your way.
Where you need to go.
I'm all for hearing everybody's story and everybody's perspective on certain situations and stuff. So, with that being said, man, did I miss anything?
Nope.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, that is episode 8 of Prove Me Wrong. Again, I think the hottest take of the night was Black.
Detroit.
Talk about the Lions are a contender out here in the NFL. He will know for sure. He's leaning towards contender, but based on the outcome of this Thanksgiving Day game, if they beat Buffalo. Now, if they beat them, or do they play him close? If they play him close, are you still like the contender? They have to win.
They gotta win. If they win, that's saying more
on the radar. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man. Y'all heard it. Make sure if you're listening, put in the comments. I know in the description you can see the link to the group. Go ahead and join the group and get in these discussions. Let us know what you guys are thinking about these topics. And if you have topics you want us to hit on, hit us up. A team you want us to break down, give our thoughts on, hit us up. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
So until next week, I'm the homie Mac, a.k.a. your boy.
And I am bred like a king. Made us Kelvin Kaylee. Thank you guys for tuning in to Prove Me Wrong. Until next week, there's still more to prove. Come back. Peace.
Peace.
This ain't right.